This dark side of India during the recession will shock you. As India was getting back on its feet after the terrible effects of COVID-19, Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine added to its economic problems. The war in Europe caused problems with the supply chain, a drop in the value of the currency, and high inflation. It was also thought that stagflation might happen. Recently, the most powerful people in the world got together in Davos to talk about global problems and find solutions to recent problems. How does India handle the recession? Let's find out. During the high-level meeting, the world's leaders were most worried about a possible recession. At the World Economic Forum, or WEF, where Union Minister Piyush Goyal met with leaders of many countries and regional and multilateral institutions, India did show itself to be a reliable partner with a stable economy and a friendly place to invest. Goyal said that despite problems like COVID-19, chip shortages, conflict, rising commodity prices, container shortages, and major shipping and logistics problems, the world was excited about India's growth story. India's wheat export ban was talked about at the mega event. In response, Goyal said that India's wheat exports make up less than 1% of world trade, so our export rules shouldn't have an effect on world markets. He said that India will keep allowing exports to weak countries and countries that are close by. Goyal was in charge of the Indian team at the WEF in Davos from May 23rd through 25th, 2022. He ended his trip with a number of high-level meetings meant to show that India is a reliable partner, has a stable economy, and is a good place to invest. Critics, on the other hand, say that just going to the event isn't enough because India will have to do more because of how serious the situation is in Ukraine and its neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, which is in the middle of a crisis, Pakistan, which has political and financial instability, and Nepal, which is on the verge of a financial crisis. Experts told BW Businessworld that India is going to have stagflation, which is when prices stay the same but wages don't go up. Now in this video, we'll talk about how bad a recession might be. Experts say that inflation is a major factor in a recession, along with things like stock market crashes, high interest rates, and many others. India's retail inflation rose to 7.79% on an annual basis in April, according to data from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. This was a big jump. This is the fourth month in a row that headline retail inflation has stayed above the upper tolerance level of 6% set by the Reserve Bank of India, or RBI. The government has told the RBI to make sure that inflation stays between 4 and 6%, with a 2% buffer on either side. Since January 2022, retail inflation has stayed at or above 6%. High price levels of fuel and food items, along with household services, contributed to the sharp rise in inflation, a level which is seen as being partly responsible for a turn of a repo rate hike of 40 basis points by the RBI. With global turmoil continuing and commodity prices remaining high, there will continue to be an upward pressure on inflation in the coming months, raising expectations of a back-to-back rate hike in the June monetary policy meeting of the RBI, said Avinash Godkhindi, MD and CEO Zaggle, an SaaS fintech firm. Godkhindi said that it will cost more to borrow money because of the payments on loans from financial institutions will go up. This will be hard on the average person. The value of long-term savings and bank deposits with a low rate of interest is likely to go down. Inflation is the hottest topic across the world. In India, retail inflation surged to 7.79% in April, and wholesale inflation almost doubled that figure. Both these numbers are now beyond RBI's tolerance band. The RBI has responded with a rate hike recently and is likely to raise rates again to bring down the inflation, said Ashish Kyanda, founder and CEO of Crystal.ai, a private wealth advisory and fund management group. Godkhindi worries that stores will stockpile essential items in case prices go up even more, which would make these items harder to find. All of these things will cause the cost of living to go up. Analysts and economists have predicted, based on signs, that the US, Europe, and even China could be in a recession soon. This is because bad things are happening all over the world. Experts say a fuel duty cut is needed to avoid situations like this because it has an immediate effect on electricity cost, transportation cost, and more. Food prices also need to be kept in check by the government, which can do this by lowering restrictions on food imports and cracking down on hoarding. Alright everyone, this brings us to the end of our video. If you guys enjoyed it and got some fresh out of it, make sure you subscribe and give the video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for more videos like this.